YouTube. What's up, baby? Back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I'm Callie, and today we're going to be talking about She-Hulk Episode 2 entitled Superhuman Law. Yeah, Superhuman Law. Alright, now if you've been to this channel before, you already know how we do it. We started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, the grade, then we on to the next one, right? So again, She-Hulk Episode 2 entitled Superhuman Law. So in this episode, we pick up with the news reporting about Titania attacking the courtroom while Jennifer was speaking on her defense, and then she had to turn into She-Hulk in order to prevent Titania from doing damage or whatever it is that she was there to do, plus to defend herself as you know, as Jennifer when she turned into She-Hulk, whatever you want to say. Anyways, everybody now knows who Jennifer is. Everybody now knows that Jennifer is She-Hulk. So, you know, this is something that she can't hide. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's out to the world. She goes to this bar, and everyone takes a liking to her. And she ends up turning into She-Hulk because everybody wanted to see her as She-Hulk. So she does that, and then Jen and Nikki, they talk for a second. You know, Nikki tries to tell her, like, look, like, you know, you're going to be an Avenger and all that stuff like that, But Jen is rather, you know, still in that same type of, like, setting where in which she just wants to be a lawyer, and that's it. So Jen's boss comes in to talk to her, and we end up finding out that Jen lost the case because she turned into She-Hulk, I guess. And it's stupid because she saves everybody, and then her speech was basically going to win her the case. And then because she turned into She-Hulk to prevent Titania from, like, attacking her and attacking everybody else, they basically like took the case away from her and made her lose the case. And not only that, but she ends up getting fired because they, like, the people that she works for, the law firm that she works for, and telling her that, like, look, like, what you're doing is a distraction, like the fact that you're a She-Hulk, so, like, you know, just whatever else, I'm just like, bro, like, that's stupid. Why would you think like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dumb. She didn't even do anything negative, you feel me? Like, compared to, like, what, like, you know, the rest of the Avengers did on accident while they were trying to save people. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did Jennifer do as She-Hulk? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of was a stupid type of approach to me. I don't see why they felt that way, but not only them, but every other law firm out there did not want to hire her because of the fact of what happened and the fact that she has She-Hulk, or the fact that she's She-Hulk. So, what ends up happening is, you know, she's down and out about things, but she ends up going to a family, like, dinner or whatever. And we see her father, you know, her mother, and some other family members, whatever, right? And she's having a bad time there, but her father ends up talking to her and just making sure that she's okay and everything like that. And he ends up, like, you know, like, basically making her feel better for sure, just through talking. So anyways, we see from there, Jen actually goes to another bar and she sees Mr. Holloway there. Mr. Holloway was the person that was defending against Jennifer's law firm, or, you know, he was like he was the person that hired a lawyer in order to be defended by Jen and her situation, right? And so he walks in and he ends up offering her a job, and she ends up taking it. And so basically she ends up working for this new law firm. Um, and basically, the new law firm has made this new division within it, and they want her to be the face of the division. And basically, what it is it's a new, um, uh, um, like sanction for new superhuman law. So it's a new superhuman law division. So that's basically what it is. She'll be representing superheroes or whatever you want to say, um, being one. You feel me? So he wants her to, like, whenever she's at work or whenever she's like in the case, he wants her to be She-Hulk. He doesn't want her to be Jennifer. So she turns into She-Hulk. He's walking her around the new law firm that she's gonna be working with. Um, so eventually she ends up settling into her new uh, position uncomfortably because everybody's looking at her. Of course, they make all the guys look at her like, oh, like, bro, like, we gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that. But anyways, she settles in uncomfortably. We see she's actually able to get her friend Nikki to work under her. So at least she has Nikki there with her. Um, and we hear that the first case that she's supposed to do is for the Abomination, and she kind of has a problem with that because, of course, the Abomination tried to kill Bruce, but Mr. Holloway says, "Look, like either you take this job or you just won't have a job at all." So she has no choice. Um, so, anyways, she goes to visit the Abomination, but he's like in his regular human form, and Jen talks to him, and he explains that he's a changed man. He just wants to, he can control when to be the Abomination and not, and he doesn't want to be the Abomination no more, and he just wants to fix all his wrongs, and he just wants to go on about his life. And he explains that he thought he was going to be a hero because he was injected with the super soldier serum by the government in order to take out the Hulk, because when they thought the Hulk was like this big threat, this terrorist, right? So he thought he was like the next Captain America, but it ended up being that he wasn't, and he ended up falling far from that target, right? And so he just feels like he was unfairly represented at the time, and what I'm saying, like his means of doing what he did was for a good cause, and this being twisted and thrown back in his face. Yeah, he's done some probably bad stuff throughout the time afterwards, but it's only because he was like put in that position. So she ends up like, what, I feel for you, and I'm gonna see what I can do for you. What I'm saying, I'll think about working for you. So they end the conversation like that. um, Jen ends up calling Bruce to talk to him about it, and he ends up saying like, I'm okay with it, and actually me and Abomination are like on good terms. What I'm saying, we talked, and he sent me like an apology or whatever it may be, and everything is good between us, so you should go ahead and take the job. And Jennifer was going to take it anyways, but I guess she was just, I don't know, it was supposed to be this joke, but it wasn't funny. Anyways, so Jennifer then calls Mr. Holloway to let him know that, hey, I'm going to take the job, and I'll represent Abomination in this case. And then he's like, okay, cool. And then he's like, you know what? You should look at the TV. And so she cuts on the TV, and then on the news ends up saying that the Abomination actually escaped from his cell and joined a fight club. And that's basically how the scene ends. But the fight club that they're talking about was actually the scene that happened in Shang-Chi, when Abomination was fighting against um, I can't even think of dude's name right now, but the Sorcerer Supreme, bro, Wu, I think. But anyways, yeah, that's basically how the episode ended. Three of my favorite scenes would be Um, She-Hulk talking to Abomination, and finding out, his side of the story, right? Another one of my favorite scenes would be um, Hulk and Jennifer, like when they were talking about what they were talking about, and then also the ending of that scene when she's like, "Hey, cuz, are you gonna be in LA like anytime soon or whatever?" He's like, "Nah, I'm probably gonna be gone for a while." And then we see this fool is in that alien ship, and he's going somewhere in space. Like we don't even know where he's going right now. But I think that they're definitely setting up for Planet Hulk, and then probably World War Hulk. So yeah, like things are about to get crazy with the Marvel MCU thing movies going. Like they're about to start getting crazy. About to start getting crazy again. Anyways, my third favorite scene would be Abomination escaping, and how you know they tied that in with the scene for Shang-Chi. So now we know, how it happened. That was pretty cool. So that'll be three of my favorite scenes. The grade for this, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. So definitely, I mean, not bad, but um, I just first of all, I'm tired of this wokeness in this series. This episode wasn't as woke as the first one, but still, like, bro, she's walking through the new law firm, and every single guy is looking at her. Every single guy is looking at her. Come on, bro. Like, y'all gotta stop with this, and y'all gotta learn quick, because DC's learning. They had to cancel the Batman movie, waste $70 million, because I heard that movie was horrible, and also it was woke. You feel me? Disney already, and you're this Marvel is Disney, but Disney already. You learned your lesson with Star Wars and with Rey. Like, y'all better like slim it down a little bit, cut it down a little bit, because you're gonna end up having people fighting back against you, and it's already happening with She-Hulk for sure, and it's already had been happening with Miss Marvel. But like this whole, like, I'm a woman and I'm better than you, bro. Like come on, bro. Like stop, bro, stop. But anyways, yeah, those type of things is gonna ruin this show. Those type of things will ruin this franchise if they don't fix it. Um, but yeah, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I wish that the episode was a little bit better, had a little bit more substance to it, but it is what it is. Definitely watchable. Had a few laughs here and there, like when She-Hulk transformed back to Jennifer, and then she had been drinking the whole time. So metabolism switches when you go back to the human form, and therefore she was like super drunk compared to when she was She-Hulk. She wasn't even buzzed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I said, a few laughs here and there, whatever. It has the ability to get better and whatever else it may be, but it's kind of lackluster right now for the first two episodes to me. And then plus you got all this wokeness right behind it, so it's like it just makes it even worse. But anyway, 7.5 out of 10. If you guys saw the episode, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. As always, this is Q's Insight. I'm Callie. Until next time.